Welcome back to Doctor's Orders. My name is Keegan, and we are here for our daily dose of reading music on the guitar. I do these every day, so, come on back, read some music with me. Today we're going to, we're going to be reading on the 6th string, so the low E. And the three notes there, of course, are E, the low E, F, which is the 1st fret, and G, which is the 3rd fret. Same as the 1st string, because they're both the same note, right? Okay, so same as always, I'm going to actually just start by playing it with my play-along video. Please excuse some of the mistakes on the downbeats because I can't see what's happening on the page turns. So I'll just play through it once, and then I'll go through and talk about anything that we need to know. Actually, I do have to, if you're unfamiliar with the notes. So the first note is E, so the beat 1, measure 1. So 3 ledger lines and then a space below. That's the low E. 3 ledger lines right on the line is F, so that's the 1st fret, F. And let's see, and then eventually we get a G, but it's actually right above my head here. So that one, 2 ledger lines and a space, is G, so 3rd fret, ring finger. Okay, but that's all you get. So let's read it, and then we'll talk about it. Yikes. Okay, so let's go through some of these. So we start off with just pretty simple on the first line quarter notes. So pretty straightforward. Second line, pretty much the same, just the order changes. And yeah, still nothing really tricky until about measure 13. And then we get this funky thing happening with the ties. So remember, so measure 14 and 15 here, we have a tie that goes over the bar line. So remember, all the tie does is it means you play the first note, and then the note that it's tied to, you just let it keep ringing for the duration of the note. So from measure 13, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that measure, what was it? Just going for measure 16, or sorry, 15 and 16. So you're not playing on the downbeat, and then you play on beat 3, E, and then you play F on beat 4. But when you have the F on that whole note on measure 16, you don't pick it again. It's still ringing for 4 beats. Okay. And then we have some eighth notes. So from 17, that's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. And then I had a really tricky part pop up. I even tricked myself. Measure 21, we have some harmonies, which I don't think I've done much of yet so far. So let's see. So you've got 2 notes to deal with, right? You have both an E and a B. And if you play them, anytime you see notes vertically aligned, it means you play them at the same time. So in this case, if you play at the same time, you get this, what us guitar players typically call a power chord, right? So that's what it looks like in notation. That's a power chord, or a perfect fifth. Then we have F and C. So I play F with my index and C with my ring finger. And then back to E and B. And then E's again. F and C. And then E. So that line from 21 is... Okay, and you can start to recognize shapes like that. So sometimes you can even kind of guess if you see that particular shape, and you have to make a quick decision. You could just form your fingers into that predestined power chord shape, and you could be right. You could be wrong too, but it's a good guess anyway. Okay, and then and real quick, an example of how you could be wrong is if, say, those notes were like B on the bottom and an F on top. So then it wouldn't be a power chord shape. It'd be a tritone, So it could not work, but it would be a good guess. Anyway, 25. Then what do we have here? We had... pretty straightforward, just quarters and eighth notes. And then this last one, all of a sudden we have a bunch of 16th notes. So remember, that is 1 E and I messed up one of these rhythms too. So 1 E and So the rhythm from 29 is 1 E and 2, 3, 4 E and 2, 3 E and 4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So let me play this last line one more time. So let me try that again. 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. So it's a little tricky. 1 E and da. So you're not playing on, it's measure 29. 1 E and da, and it's tied over beat 2 and beat 3, and then you're back in. Okay, so that one's tricky. Okay, well, let's try it again. See if it's any better. I'm trying to memorize where that page turn was. I think it was on think it was on some of these eighth notes. I think that's where the page turn was. I think. Yeah. It was on the second measure 18, I think is the page turn. So that was like when it. So just remember when you go, you're going to play it again. And then I think we're good. All right, let's try it. So this measure is going to repeat twice. Now these power chords, 3, 4. Okay, I got to get revenge on that last line here, because that was not pretty. Okay, last line one more time, 29. 1, 2 E and a ready and a go E and a... All right, we did it. So there was the 6th string. I believe I have one more that is going to be a review of the 6th and 5th string. And then I'm going to start moving on to other things. Okay, so that's all I got for today. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.